right, guys. So close guard. So we're gonna keep working from our overhook close guard. So generally, hands will be here. They're gonna be on our body somewhere, right? So we gotta make sure we just clear. We'll just do the traditional praying hands break. Make sure when you guys go here, knee pull is generally not gonna be enough. You guys want to make sure you're knee pulling and sitting at the same time to catch the head and catch the whizzer right here. We want to really make sure we're actively like pulling this head across and hiking this whizzer up right here. We're going to shift our hip out. So I'm going to turn my left knee in, so the side that I have the whizzer, turn that knee in, and I shift my hip out to the outside. Once I hit my shift, my foot is going to go to the hip, and I'm going to give myself some space. So I'm getting my hips out. So first my hip shift, then my hips go away right here. I'm really pulling this elbow out and away as far as possible. Now from here, we're looking to transfer to our clamp. So I'm going to extend back and away, and as I do, I'm pinching my knee. And this is what's going to make him not be able to posture, right? Because as I do this, I'm going to let go. But if he tries to posture up here, it's pretty tough, right? So I don't want to hang onto this whizzer because it's going to do the opposite of what I want to do. I don't want to pull this elbow up anymore. I now want to tuck the elbow. I extend, and I'm going to pull this heel over to his collarbone right here. So I'm really back heeling in with this heel, and I'm really dropping this knee downwards right here. So without my hands doing anything, if Leo tries to posture up, it should be very, very tough for him. Okay. From here, we have two options. You guys can work both of them right now. If he's trying to pressure into me, we'll always have a triangle. So if he's pressuring in, that means he's posting on that hand. This triangle will always be able to come through pretty easily. So you guys can work that triangle if you guys would like. If he kind of sees that coming, right, or he knows that that's an issue, he'll start framing on that leg right here and kind of pulling his head away. Now we're just going to pull our foot over the head here. I'm still going to back heel. I'm going to kind of push his head away with my toes here, and I want to start climbing. And then now from here, I want to grab onto the shoulder before I do anything, okay? Because it's all about putting weight into his shoulder. Otherwise, he's going to posture, so he goes ahead and postures here pretty easily. But if I can get my clamp on the shoulder, now when he postures up, I'm attached to his upper body here. So now we're going to sit, transfer to the waist. We can either break our partner down by scooting out, knees in, feet away, or we can bring the hamstring to the mat. When I do the hamstring to the mat, I want to make sure I have the elbow. And I'm just going to straighten my leg here, and I'm going to lift my heel off the mat. That's what's going to break him down. Okay, so hands are on me. Break, knee pull and sit. Hit my angle. I get my space here. Now I'm pinching my knee into the shoulder as I hit my clamp here. Now from here, if he's pressuring into me, bottom blade comes out, find the triangle. If he's not pressuring in or his head is away, the clamping foot goes over the head and clamps on the near shoulder right here. I'm going to start building up onto my elbow, grabbing onto the shoulder here. Now I can decide whether I want to break down just from here, or if I can break down just from here, or if I need to break my partner down by pulling out to the outside and bring those hips up. Okay, one more time all the way through. Triangle or okay. Questions? You'll get it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. We get to our overhook close guard right here. We shift out. I get my space. So remember, first it's a shift, and then it's space after. So if you're missing the second part, it's going to be a lot tougher for you to get to that clamp. And also remember, from here I can't find the clamp, right? I have to extend away to have the space to be able to get that leg over. If you're too tight with your head, you guys won't be able to find it, okay? So now, the first way we're looking for that monoplata, if we're looking for it, is just from here. I'm gonna keep this nice and tight, and I'm just gonna start building up onto my elbow, and I'm gonna start taking my hips up and over Leo right here, all right? I'm just like cranking that shoulder over his body to where he's gotta go over. Once we get to here, I wanna plant my foot, and I wanna hug my thigh, I want to lean all my weight. So this just flip too, so you don't get armbar. So you guys see where he was? He would get armbar with this, right? But we're gonna have it. Usually it's gonna be here. I'm gonna pop my elbow into my thigh right here. I really need to make sure that the pressure stays in on this knee the entire time here, and my ear floats over here. This is where the pressure is at. Now from here, if he's not tapping, we're just gonna reach into our back pocket, use the back of our hand, and we're pushing his hand up till we give a tap, okay? Most of you will tap from this. You will, for sure. You fucking badass shoulders. You will, right? So like from here, this is already enough to make most people tap. Like Leo, Nathan for sure, maybe never tap to this, even if you guys do it 100% correct. But this is a really tough one. And then what happens sometimes too is, like as I'm going for this, he may like be able to build up onto his left elbow and start pushing me back over. And if he does, we just step over the head and then we can fall back into our omoplata right here, which we were looking for from the beginning, okay? So again, real quick with this. Find my angle, find this. Now this is like, I said, fuck it, like I don't want to deal with any of my legs coming out or transferring my leg over because this is such good control. Maybe I don't want to sacrifice it by trying to go over here, so I just build. And I'm looking to take his hand diagonally across his other shoulder. So think about it being attached to your hip, so that's where you want your hip to go. So I build, I get up here, right? Sometimes you'll end up with your foot kind of across here. Take that foot back out, plant it right into the center of the back right here, pinch the knee, lean, find the back, push it up, okay? Also, of course, you guys have a wrist lock right there. And then if he builds up to the elbow, he starts taking us over, we just anticipate and find our omoplata, okay? The other way that we can get to the monoplata is, say we went to the omoplata right here, and Leo rolled through. Once he rolled through, I sit up, and I'm looking to hold the elbow and wedge right here, okay? I'm wedging with my heel so I can build up to my knee. I want to turn my back to Leo here, okay? By holding this elbow, you stop him from being able to turn in. When he tries to turn in here, it's tough. He can't turn in as long as I have this elbow. If I lose the elbow, then he's going to be able to turn easy, right? He'll be able to get his arm through and he gets out. So I hold this elbow. I'm going to back step over the head, dropping my knee to the mat. I have triangles. You guys obviously see that here, but we're going to go to the monoplata. So I'm just going to continue leaning over this way. Tension this in, finding this, and finishing. So one more time from that one. And just work on whichever one makes the most sense to you guys if you guys haven't seen both of them. So I'm here, I'm going from omoplata. He rolls through. I'm not even gonna try and follow that roll. I'm gonna hold the elbow here and I'm gonna wedge right here. This wedge will really stop him from being able to get that elbow out here. So slide over this way. And so pulling that heel in, and then I'm just gonna drop that knee to the mat. Back step around. So look, we have triangles if we want them. Side triangles, or we can go regular triangle. But for us, we're just gonna pinch that knee up, bring this in, finally up. Okay? Questions on that? Okay, so remember, first one, hips are just going all the way over the head. Second one, he's gonna initiate that roll. We're gonna anticipate that. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.